Did you see the show at all, or you heard glimpses of it? Did you get on
I
YouTube
saw him.
later?
I saw him skating around.
Yeah, I went to the show. I think I talked about that back in November, and yeah, I figured it would be good because number one, he's around our age, so he's in super shape because he's doing these performances like 3, 4 times a day, and part of the performance is skating. So I put a bet out there. I said Usher's gonna be on skates, and I won because I knew he had to put that in there. But the challenge was he only had 13 minutes. I was like, dang, can he change that fast? And he did. So yeah, I thought he put on performance, which I thought, but it was like his songs are so short. But what's he promoting? He's got a new tour. So after his residency, he's going world tour. And he had a new album that, uh, yes, happened to be out. He happened to push it out right before the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. So there you go, man. So that was just something they knew he was going to have it. Typically, Rihanna was strangely enough, she was Rihanna. Like I'm trying to think any other Super Bowl artist. Maybe Beyonce was the only one that's promote. I'm talking Super Bowl artists who
Yeah.
would go out there and perform. Maybe J Lo had something. She seems a little markety, but yeah, Usher was ready. He had something he was trying to sell.
So check this out. Speaking of Usher, he had a big connection with Apple Music. I don't know if you did the dive into
Saw that.
that. Yeah,
Hmm.
so he was connected with Apple Music, and Apple Music did the whole. It was like by Apple Music,
Hmm.
presented by Apple Music. So they even had, if you go to Apple Maps, they had a. Sorry, that was my beep. If you went to Apple Maps and went to the stadium, you could actually fly inside and see like little lights and stuff going off, and it said Apple Music like on the field. So they did little Easter eggs and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, when before the show, during the show, and after the show, Usher's face was all over Apple products, and it was like,
But yeah, just to be clear though, I did some quick research because I remember the LA halftime show. They also said Apple Music. So in late 2022, NFL announced that Apple Music will replace Pepsi as the new presenting sponsor of the period for the biggest event on that on annual TV calendar. So I think every going forward, every halftime show is going to always be Apple Music going forward. So at least for the foreseeable future. So yeah, there you go.
screw you, Spotify.
Yeah. Pepsi had it for years. You remember the big the Michael Jackson commercial
Yeah,
in our timeline? That was run by Pepsi.
that's
Famously, his hair caught on fire.
yeah.
Young kids, you don't know that, go look it up. Michael Jackson, before your time, but go check it out. Yeah, it's interesting. What do you think? So then, of course, Beyonce didn't perform, but she had a great commercial. It's the Verizon commercial about could she break the internet? And guess what? She tried to break it again. It was after the commercial launch. In the commercial, she said she's launching new music. And guess what? She had new music at the end of the commercial. And it was a country album. Surprise that she's
Yeah,
launching. And that was crazy. I thought that was interesting. And people shoot Beyonce for stepping on Usher. But hey, good for Beyonce. Let folks know I got a country album coming out. And now Beyonce's going country. Renaissance Part 2.
that was the big part of the play right there for her. It's okay. Why are we talking about Beyonce? Do you think she should be doing country music? And then all of a sudden you look up and you, oh, there is something to talk about here.
Oh man, I was cracking up, man. You saw these black girls, women out there start doing line dancing with hats all of a sudden. I was, oh Lord, Beyonce can
Yeah.
make anybody do anything.
Yeah.
I'll see you the video. I sent to my sister who may or may not be in a beehive. Please don't sting me. But I said, this gonna be you next year. Just literally it's just the hat and the
Yeah.
and the I was like, oh my goodness, go ahead, Beyonce.
See if
And the
Proof of
rumor
Conflict can come back.
oh, man, look at you. And then Jess Hilarious, who's now who's I just think all these country hip hop songs. But anyway, Jess Hilarious, who's now on the Breakfast Club, she talked about part 3 may be a rock album. So it looks like Beyonce is trying to that she's in her late stage experimentation phase. The
Yeah.
Beatles, they did some crazy stuff. But good for Beyonce. She got $30 million for that commercial, right? To promote her stuff. So she didn't pay nobody to do that. Good for her. That's business. Smart business. Taylor Swift, real quick. She didn't have anything, but she had announced, I think at the Grammys that she has her next era album. And then also the big new, we didn't talk about this yet, but maybe we did last week, but Disney they had to roll out the red carpet to everybody and let them know all the great things they're going to do to keep the investors happy
Mhm.
in Disney stock. And one of them is they're going to stream the Eras tour that just happened on Disney Plus exclusively, and she was there to promote that as well as her relationship with Travis Kelce, the football player. Mr. Benja, before Taylor Swift, did you know that Travis Kelce and you know who Travis Kelce was as a non-sport watching guy?
No.
You know who he is now, right?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm like, yeah, that's Taylor Swift's dude."
There you go. It worked.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and then, I don't know, you said something here about Alicia Keys, but, hey, Alicia Keys look fabulous, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think the music, the her singing voice, you heard that, right? The rumor there was that she could not s that she messed up the first
Oh,
note,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
cleaned it up via with AI.
yeah.
That was a big rumor there.
No, there are people on Twitter because it's a place where you get all this dirt. No, there are people on Twitter who had the original and said, "No, I recorded it live. Here's what it sounded like when it first played through." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, didn't sound good.
Uh,
I 'cause I've been, yeah, shaky on Alicia Keys' voice for years now, so I don't
mm.
know what it is, but yeah, maybe she's a vocal, but yeah, they cleaned it up real good. But what you had something about what she's promoting?
No, okay, yeah, with Alicia Keys, the whole thing with her freaking Usher freaking on her, Usher kinda gets a little close during dance performances, and, yeah, he rolled up on Alicia Keys. I don't know how planned it was, but it seemed like artificial buzz because right after, all the people are like, "Hey, what does Swiss Beats think about this thing? Hey, man, I'm working on
And
this
Swiss
art
Beats is Alicia Keys' husband,
husband."
right? They got
Yes.
kids together, yep.
So he's online talking about, "Hey, listen, I got this big new art show that's happening. Everything's happening over here. There's this other thing. Listen, man, I'm not da da da." Da," and he's scheduling podcast appearances. I'm like, "What is this?"
Man, this man, Ada, boy, attention. Don't matter how you get it, just get attention. People looking at you. Usher rubbing on your
Yeah,
booty. I can sell my husband's art show, whatever. Yes, let's get attention. Now let's get interest, desire, and then people can act and buy my stuff. So yeah,
yeah.
it's just tale as old as time, man.
Oh,
But yeah, she looked good, man. I always like had a little thing for Alicia Keys, but
aw.
yeah, yeah. But Usher, man, he grimy, man. You heard the rumor, the whole Kiki Palmer that
Yeah,
whole issue, and then you go to this concert, man, it's luckily, me and my wife and my brother-in-law and sister, we were, like, up in the rafters, so he couldn't
yeah,
come up there, but he'd be in the stands just singing and grinding on random women, and, of course, there's always some celebrity woman in the crowd, and you've seen the YouTube videos for that, so there's just I guess that's
yeah,
his shtick now. Good for
yeah,
him.
it definitely is. Oh, and speaking of getting the attention, Kanye West, he actually sat in front of Taylor Swift.
That's a rumor, that's the
No,
rumor I heard.
okay, the rumor is that she got him kicked out, but
Okay,
the part is that's I think is true is that he actually sat in front of her. So
okay.
his box area was right in front of hers. That's the part I think is legit. I don't think that she had him thrown out because he was just walking all around the stadium anyway, just going to different
Yeah, the
places.
rumor was that was him in the mask, but it was actually I am at first. People, oh, when the Usher performed, he had everybody. It was like he basically said two words from each all of his songs, and that was it.
Yeah.
Before you get into the song, you're like, oh, that was Lil Jon. Okay. Well, kudos to him. I love it.